Hello class, we're going to go ahead and work on some more equivalent ratios. Remember, those are ratios that name the same comparison and they reduce to the same thing. Okay? So to make yellow icing, Amid mixes 6 drops of yellow food coloring. Remember, I underline important things and circle numbers. With 2 cups of white icing. How many drops of yellow food coloring should Amid mix with 8 cups of white icing to get the same shade of yellow? Remember, that same means that they need the same ratio, okay? And if I'm looking at this, I'm seeing 6 to 2 in that same sentence, which is my original ratio, okay? So 6 yellow, 6 to 2 cups of white, okay? And if I look at this, it's going to get bigger because I need 8 cups and right now I only have 2. So let's go ahead and put it in the table right here. 6 and 2. And I don't need a label because it labels it at the beginning for me. Alright? And this is how tables are going to work for us. Alright? The first one, it's going to be my times 2 column. Alright? So 6 times 2 is going to get me 12. If I do it on the top, I of course have to do it on the bottom. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? My next column is going to be my times 3 column. And we're going to go back to the original. So when I times by 3, I get 18. Now when I times by 3, I'm going to get 6. Okay? And this is scaling. This is me going up, multiplying both numbers by the same thing. Okay? And then this was times 3, so let's go ahead and do times 4, because I like to go in order. It looks nicer. Okay? 6 times 4 is 24. And 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so I filled in all my table. Let's go back to that question. It said, how many drops of yellow food coloring should Amid mix with 8 cups? So I need to look for where I have 8 cups. 2, 4, 6. Oh, 8 cups is right here. So if I look right here, I see my 8 cups of icing. And how many drops do I have? 24 drops. So that's going to be my answer. 24 drops of yellow food coloring. And we're on to the next one. So this time, Alex mixes 3 containers of yellow paint with 4 containers. With 4 containers of red paint. And I'm going to circle this so that I remember that that's a number. To create his favorite shade of orange. His little sister Allie wants to create the same shade. Remember, same shade means same ratio of orange. But she only has 2 containers of red paint. What should Allie do to create the same shade of orange? So let's look and see. I have a ratio, because we're looking at just Alex's, of 3 yellow to 4 red. Okay? So I'm looking at, and it looks like I have to get to 2 containers of red, so it means I'm going to have to scale backwards. So let's go ahead and put this in the middle. If you don't put it in the middle, it will not ruin anything. Okay? So if I'm looking at this, I need to get this one right here. I need to get this one down to 2. Okay? Well, if I think about it, down to 2, 4, how can I get to 2? Well, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to divide by 2. So let's make this column a divide by 2 column. Okay? So 4 divided by 2 is going to get me 2. Hey, that's just what I wanted. Okay? 3, remember, if I do it to the top, do it to the bottom, I got to do it to the top. Okay? 3 divided by 2. I know we haven't done this much, but here it is. And this is going to have a decimal in it. You will not have one like this on your homework. It's 1.5. Okay? would like you to pause it, and I'd like you to fill in the rest of the chart. I'm going to pick the easiest number possible, so I'm going to pick a times 2 column and a times 3 problem to scale forwards, okay? 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, and this is a 6. 6, okay? Gotta finish the column. 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. Okay, and yes, I did use this one because I don't want to use a decimal if I don't have to, okay? Let's go ahead and look at our very next one. Actually, we do have to answer the question, okay? So what is Allie going to use for her 2? Write down what you think. If I'm reading this, I'm looking for the 2 containers of red. I see 2 containers of red right here, so I'm going to circle it. Oh, and it says that I need 1.5 containers for my yellow. All right, now let's look at the next one. Go ahead and read this and try and complete the chart by yourself. If you have trouble, go ahead and play the video and look for some hints. So I've gone ahead and underlined the stuff that I see that's important, and I've circled my numbers, okay? So let's see. If I read the question, it only cares about fruit punch and ice cream, so I'm going to have that be in here. Those are going to be my 2. And then I'm going to look and see what that ratio is. It's going to be in that first sentence together. I see 9 fluid ounces of fruit punch. I'm going to put an F for fruit punch. And then I see 3 liters of soda, which isn't really helpful, and 6 scoops of strawberry ice cream. So 6, and I'm going to put C for ice cream. Okay? And then I'm seeing that I need to get to 6 fluid ounces of fruit punch. Okay? So I'm going to put this in the middle. If you didn't put it in the middle, that's fine. 9 to 6. And notice I put them with the correct label. Okay? Now, if I'm looking at this, I can't think of a way to divide 9 to get 6 or to multiply 9 to get 6. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reduce this as much as I can. Okay? So I'm going to divide them both by 3. Pick blue so you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to divide these both by 3 because I want to reduce it to get the smallest ratio I can. Okay, so 3 fruit punch ounces to 2 scoops of ice cream. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. 3 to 2. Okay, if I'm looking at here, if I need to get to 6 fluid ounces, I could just multiply this times 2. 6 fruit punch. And of course, if I do it to the top, I have to do it to the bottom. Okay? Now, if I'm reading, she only has 6 fluid ounces. So I'm going to look for 6 in my fruit punch section. I notice it's right here. And what goes with it? The 4. So 4 scoops of ice cream. And I'm going to circle it up for Miss West in case I haven't been doing that. Circle. Now Miss West can see it. Let's go ahead. I'm going to fill in the rest of it in case you did as well. All right. I'm going to use, this is like a times 3 column, which is pretty handy. I'm going to make this my times 4 column. 12 and 8. Okay, it is also important that you wrote somewhere so you remember that you divided by 2 to get that original, or divided by 3 to get that original. Okay? I will see you tomorrow when we will practice. Have a great night.